Mushroom and Swiss bratwursts and burgers. Sounds amazing to me. We're gonna show you how to make them today. We're gonna be doing these out of deer meat with a little bit of pork trim, pork fat added, and of course the Bearded Butcher blend spices. It begins with our base flavor, which is our Bearded Butcher bratwurst seasoning. We're gonna add in the high temp Swiss cheese, nice and creamy and delicious as always, and some dried mushroom bits. After that, a portion of it will get stuffed into our brat casings, and a portion of it we're gonna make into pre-made patties for some delicious mushroom and Swiss burgers.
When I go to a restaurant, a mushroom and Swiss burger is probably like right up there for me. It's like a 10. So I can't think of a better burger to make out of this deer meat than mushroom and Swiss. Absolutely delicious. So Scott put the 20 pounds of deer trim into the lug, as you can see. And in this lug, we have 4 pounds of pork trim we're gonna add to it, and 1 pound of pork fat.
Now that we've got those blended together, I can get my package of Bearded Butcher bratwurst seasoning. I'm gonna sprinkle in about half of that package.
I can do the honors on the rest.
And then I'll sort of flip this over, mix it up, and we'll put in the remainder of that package.
So I mentioned pork fat. We do have these conveniently packaged 2.5 pound packs on our website. This is just pure pork fat, non-GMO, from non-GMO pigs that we processed right here at White Feather Meats. So if you need some pork fat to add to your venison, it's right there on our website. Scott has it all mixed up nicely. Now what we want to do is just get some up in our hopper for our grinder. And then I have a foot pedal down here. The grinder is in forward. So this is the Meat Your Maker 1 horsepower dual grind grinder. So it has a system in here on the worm where it actually sends it through a coarse grinder plate and then a finer plate with a blade in between. So you only have to do this procedure 1 time. We can go through 25 pounds in like under 4 minutes. So we'll just get started, get some meat down in that worm so things stay lubricated. And we'll just get this ground out. So as I'm grinding, Scott's gonna add the mushrooms and the high temp Swiss cheese throughout this grinding process. Say something about that blend of pork.
What am I gonna say?
Just, you can see the blend of pork and pork fat.
You can see the blend of pork and pork fat. So when we're grinding out, you know, since it's a dual grind, 1 pass, I like to just mix this around because you can see that blend of pork and pork fat along with the venison coming out there. Once I get a nice base layer in here, maybe about 1/3 of it, I can just sprinkle in some mushrooms, sprinkle in some Swiss cheese, and I'll layer these in, and then at the end I'll just hand mix everything.
Just wrapping up the end of our 25 pound batch. Like I mentioned, literally only took like 3.5 or 4 minutes. Scott's gonna finish adding the rest of his ingredients, and then we're gonna get to stuffing.
This mushrooms really soak up the moisture, so we're adding water, or else we'll never get this through the stuffer. Remember, if your stuffer is fighting you, you just put some water in there, a little bit at a time, helps lubricate it, your mixture.
We're expecting to probably need to add
probably two 16-ounce bottles, so about 32 ounces of water.
Maybe 3 if needed. Now it's time for the stuffer. This is a 15-pound stuffer made with meat. So we'll just swap out our grinder for our stuffer.
Meat, baby.
Don't forget to release the air out of your plunger. You can see the product starting to come out of our stuffing horn here. This is a 32 millimeter. This is a fresh collagen casing. This is for fresh sausage. You do not want to pre-soak these. They're ready to use. There's a closed end and an open end. You just want to make sure you put the open end on your stuffing horn, just like that. And then we can just start filling these casings with that delicious mushroom and Swiss deer sausage. So we're gonna keep 10 pounds that we're gonna make into the burgers. Scott's gonna press those out, and the rest of it is getting linked or made into brats, so it's getting put into a casing. But I want to mention that each pack does 25 pounds, so I just cut the last strand in half. So you can certainly save this. Just remember to put it somewhere cool. You can put it in a sandwich bag, seal it up. But yeah, this is certainly doesn't have to go to waste.
All right, I'm gonna make some burgers. Biscuit cutter, cookie sheet. And I've also got some wax paper, patty papers we call them. These make about a 1/3 pound burger, obviously depending on how thick you do this. What we can do, you can do half your sheet, you can do your whole sheet, you can do whatever you want. You can do one patty at a time, but this is just a convenient way for you to get them pretty evenly sized and make you look like a professional in your field.
So obviously we have a Hollymatic automatic patty machine here that we use in our commercial butcher shop, but we understand that not everybody has that option. So this is a great at-home DIY option. It's like baking cookies.
Yep. Get one started here. Put that on my patty paper. Put another one down.
Here, if you scoot over, I'll help you. Keep your patty papers clean that way. How many are we putting per pack? 4? We're gonna do more than that.
Depends on however you want to package them.
Let's do 4. Get a look at the high temp Swiss cheese in there, and the bits of mushrooms, and that seasoning that we put in there. So if you remember, we used our fresh brat base on these, and that fresh brat base is just, it's so good.
We're gonna pack our burgers much like we do here in the shop, where we don't want to squish them all together. You could freeze them and then vacuum seal them, but these are typically good for 6 months just like this. So we'll put them in these, we call them patty bags, or 1.5 mil poly bag. That way they peel apart, keep their shape, then close them with a twisty tie. Of course, you could do this with a Ziploc. One of the, you may talk.
Okay, I'm writing deer mushroom and Swiss. I am writing deer mushroom and Swiss burgers on these labels, so that when you stick them in your freezer,
Yeah, I have.
you know exactly what they are.
I'm telling you right now.
That is
I'm
not.
writing deer mushroom and Swiss on these labels.
I have some meat in my freezer, and I didn't label it when I processed it, and I'm like, I know it's deer, but you lose track, you forget. So we, the same label that goes on our meat packages, which has laminate and it's freezer adhesive, we sell, oh, you're putting the date on there? Yeah. Online so that you can conveniently tell yourself, your future self, what you have on these. So I am telling you right now, these are deer, mushroom, and Swiss burgers. Let's get these guys linked up. We're gonna use the Z-linker. Obviously, if you're doing these by hand, you can pinch them a little bit, and then you can cut them. You don't have to pinch them, you can cut them. The Z-linker is a piece of equipment that we really like because it will conveniently remind you of a Gatling gun. No, it cuts these to the exact length in seconds. This is just a commercial piece of equipment that we have here. They still make them, so if you do a lot of these, you can get some for yourself.
If you get together with a bunch of people and do sausages and stuff, I would highly recommend getting one of these. They're fantastic.
If you really want to see Scott and Seth struggle when it comes to the packaging. But the best way to preserve your product over a long period of time is vacuum sealing. So
we're gonna finish packaging these brats, and then we're gonna get them sealed up. Next step is throw some on the grill. So Scott's gonna finish sealing, I'm gonna finish packing, and then we're gonna move to the Yoder Smoker, and we're gonna cook up some deer, mushroom and Swiss brats and burgers for lunch. Let's head to the grill.
with a table like this, that can mean only one thing. You're gonna need some of our Bearded Butcher Blend clean spices. In fact, that's why we're in the spice business. We're commercial butchers who realized in order to have clean label products, we needed to come up with our own spice formulations. Now, we've got over 100 different combinations available on beardedbutchers.com, so you can go there and grab some of these unique flavors and try them yourself.
We may be commercial butchers, but we can also relate to the home user just like you, because right in front of us is a Ohio white-tailed deer, and you can guarantee we're gonna use some items like our famous maple seasoning to make some bacon, or our dried mushrooms to make some mushroom and Swiss. Go ahead, grab some of our DIY kits, make these at home, and share them with your family and friends. I guarantee you're gonna be impressed. We're gonna get some cooking done, but we gotta wait till Sean's done making noise, and then we're gonna come over here to the Yoder. So, Yoder Smokers, this is the YS640S Bearded Butcher Edition. Absolutely love this grill. I have it set up for, this side is indirect, this side is direct. So we're gonna do burgers and brats, keep it pretty simple, put them on a bun, give it a try. So let's start with mushroom and Swiss brats. We did put these in the freezer, so they're just freshly made, but they are partially frozen. Get some brats on there. Decided to do 2 packs of brats because they sounded so delicious. Get the brats on there. Now it's time for the burgers. We figured these are about a 1/4 pound burger, and the reason why you need that wax paper is that way it comes off like that. Just peels right off that wax paper real nice. My mouth's watering, guys.
Gonna start smelling real good here real soon.
Talk about a fantastic way to eat your venison. I can't think of much better than mushroom and Swiss burgers and brats. So the burgers are done. Grab my flipper. I did toast the buns because it's not a real burger without a toasted bun. Actually, you know what? was thinking about, we'll do singles. Those are quarter pounders.
Tempted to do a double.
I was tempted, but we'll just stick with the singles. So we're not adding anything else on top of these because it has the mushroom and Swiss in it. So I don't feel the need to add anything else. And obviously the brats and the burgers are going to taste the same. They're just in a different fashion. Brats are finished. These are going to be good. Nice.
Boy, who's hungry?
Brats, burgers, mushroom and Swiss. Lissy, come on over. You're getting in on the taste test with us.
Chosen one.
Come on over.
Okay.
The rose between two
Look
thorns.
at that nice thick.
Grab yourself a
Doing burger
burger.
Got some Swiss in there. Well, that bite looks like it has a lot of Swiss.
Toasted bun.
You guys ready?
Yep. I would eat this every night if it was my deer.
You get to take some
That
home.
bratwurst base seasoning. Like any good restaurant burger that you've had, chunks of Swiss, that mushroom flavor. You get like the bratwurst seasoning, then you get the mushroom flavor, and then you get that smooth creaminess of the Swiss. It doesn't taste like deer at all. It tastes like a really good steak burger.
You don't even need any toppings.
No, we don't even have any
That's the best
mayonnaise or anything like that on there. Probably don't even need a bun.
No deer flavor whatsoever.
No, I don't think I would know this was deer. Yeah, I don't think I would think it was deer if you didn't tell me.
We gotta check out a brat now. I'm gonna do one of these jobs. Oh, look at that Swiss mushrooms.
Now, obviously,
These puppies are probably gonna be hot.
It looks
they're going to
steamy.
taste the same. It's just a different format, as mentioned.
Is it for your mouth?
No toppings, no nothing. Just deer meat,
Oh,
mushroom and Swiss, and our brat seasoning.
that is delicious. Look at that creamy cheese. Of course, there's people that say I don't like mushrooms, but the flavor here is very good. It's subtle, welcoming. It's not like an overpowering. I think it's perfect. A perfect balance. Charlie, want to try some? Oh, he knows who his master is. So there you have it. Deer, mushroom, and Swiss burgers and brats. Turned out amazing. So easy to do. A wonderful way to take 25 pounds of deer, pork, elk, buffalo, your dog that you don't like, a dog that's not good as Charlie, whatever, turned into a wonderful mushroom and Swiss burger or brat. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Until next time, we'll see ya.